This is episode 101 of the Neoliberal Round podcast. Question. What's life like living in Philadelphia or your city? What's like life living in Philadelphia or your city? Or in Philadelphia, you live in Philadelphia. What's like life? What's like life living in Philadelphia?
It depends on what time period you're referring to.
What's like living? I mean, now you're living here now. What's it like living here in Philly?
Right now, it's difficult. You know, I'm looking for a house. You know, the cost of living is
the cost of living is
very high.
Okay, in Philadelphia.
Yes.
But Philadelphia, the standard of
or
the cost of living in Philadelphia is lower than in many other cities, and in fact, many people are moving out of other places to come back.
Many cities like New York and California, but that's it. Nowhere else.
All right.
Nowhere else. It's housing.
And they're only moving to certain parts of Philadelphia.
Yeah, housing is very expensive here unless you want to live in the slums.
Yes. So that is what.
Yeah, man.
We're doing a new series where we engage people in communities and cities by interviewing random individuals in various city neighborhoods, asking that question. What's it like living in your city? Today we feature Philadelphia.
Yeah, but right now, I'm forced to live with family members, so I'm able to save, you know what I mean? But housing is difficult to come by in Philadelphia. It's very expensive to live somewhere nice.
Yes.
And it's very frustrating.
So housing is a problem, and I think I interviewed David Fair some time ago, who is the acting chief at TP4C, and he alluded to that, the whole issue of housing, and he works especially for young people. And you're not that young, but you are also saying that housing, and you're a professional, housing is an issue. But today we feature Philadelphia, where we took to the streets and interviewed several individuals, young people, couples, men and women, straight and gay, black, brown and white people. Gay? Straight and gay, yes.
Why you interview
black, brown and white peoples, pregnant women and even young men on the corners, people in the suburbs and well-to-do places, and those in the hood. We interviewed professionals, students, those with and without jobs, and people hoping to make it big. It was an extraordinarily interesting podcast episode. This is an extraordinarily podcast episode where people provide the diagnosis and prognosis of their city as they reflect on the positives, negatives, and challenges of living in Philadelphia. But what is powerful is that people were more than eager to talk about life in their city.
Why must me distinguish between straight and gay? Why? Why can't you just say I interviewed several individuals? Why must you distinguish between straight and gay, as if straight and gay will have difference of opinion based off their sexuality?
I mean, when people do research, they because philosophical viewpoints, your context can also color your perspective and how you engage.
You didn't say color. You said straight and gay.
Yeah, straight and gay, because you have people who have, I said straight and gay because those people identify as gay, and I didn't ask them if I didn't ask.
So will their opinions change because they are gay?
Not necessarily, and that could.
I feel marginalized. Yes.
No, you should not.
Yes,
you should actually feel empowered because I am
gay.
Because I want people to know that we're not.
You just seek my opinion because I'm gay.
But I said black and brown people as well.
Black and brown, the same.
I said the employed and unemployed, to let people know that I got perspectives from a wide demographic, wide cross section of people. Importantly, we spoke or interviewed people from all walks of life. But what is powerful is that people were more than eager to talk about life in the city and seem to have a sense of what has gone wrong and how we can fix it, or they wonder how they can. Nevertheless, what was quite intriguing is their need for conversation and community, which many feel is a thing of the past or slowly decaying as we lose our sense of brotherly and sisterly love. Listen to the interviews on the show today, and please do share your own stories irrespective of what city you live in. We will continue the series by exploring what's life like living in your city, and we will also do several other series looking at what's it like doing Uber in your city, what's it like going to school in your city, what's it like policing in your city, what's it like doing business in Philly or in your city, what's medical care like in your city, so on and so forth. And we will have those shows throughout this week and next week and so on. And we will continue to provide news commentary on other issues and to talk about serving the world today as we solve tomorrow's challenges, looking at neoliberalism, globalization, income inequality, poverty, and resistance. Just before we go into the interviews on this with the individuals today, I invite you to subscribe to the show for free at https://anchor.fm/theneoliberal and donate to us at https://anchor.fm/theneoliberal/support. Contact us at renaldomckenzie@me.com or renaldomckenzie@theneoliberal.com. And you can telephone us at 267-317-9202. Visit us at the Neoliberal Corporation, theneoliberal.com, or renaldocmckenzie.com. The Neoliberal Corporation is serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges, so as to make popular what was the monopoly, which is the aim of communication. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the hashtag Renaldo Mckenzie or Renaldo C. Mckenzie, or the Neoliberal Co., the Neoliberal Corporation, or the Neoliberal. And if you haven't gotten a copy of my book, Neoliberalism, Globalization, Income Inequality, Poverty, and Resistance, please do so. It's available worldwide in all platforms. Thank you for joining the show. And please stay tuned for the ride today. It promises to be quite revealing, interesting, and exciting. This is the Neoliberal Run podcast, brought to you by Anchor.fm by Spotify. We'll be right back after these messages, the introduction music, and then the interviews with the people from Philadelphia. Here we go. Welcome to the first episode of Living in Germantown, or Living in Philadelphia. And I was driving and I saw two amazing people, young people, and I said, let me stop and talk with them for a moment. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Yeah. Well, welcome. Now, I am from Germantown. I'm doing a show called Living in Germantown, or Life in Germantown. Are you guys live in Germantown?
We actually live in Mount Airy.
Mount Airy, is that considered Philadelphia?
It is, actually.
Okay, so it's part of Philadelphia. So
right.
and it's close to Germantown.
Close to Germantown.
Actually, we're doing living in Philadelphia. So,
okay.
I know. Okay, what is it like living in Mount Airy?
It's nice. It's quiet. It's
Yes.
very green.
Yes.
Lots of families.
Right.
Um,
And how long have you been living in Germantown? Or in Philadelphia, so to speak?
about a year.
A year? And
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, a year.
And where were you living before?
Seattle.
Seattle. Oh, wow.
Seattle.
Okay, is it night and day or midday and afternoon? How do you compare the difference?
I think it's night.
I would say it's night and day.
The neighborhoods are similar. Like this neighborhood, and I want to
Yes.
say Germantown, a little bit similar to neighborhoods you'll find in Seattle.
Yes.
But
The people are
the
right.
people are. I love Philly
Yes.
people
Yeah.
and Seattle people. You get the freeze.
Yes.
I
Okay.
love my Philly.
All right. And what do you guys do? You guys go to college?
Yeah, I'm in grad school right now.
Oh, what school do you go to?
I go to Temple.
Temple, and you?
Okay.
Yeah. I work.
Okay.
From home.
From
Yeah.
home. Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Well, thank you. So, what are your expectations for Philadelphia? What do you hope to change, if anything needs to change?
Well, I think something needs to be done about the gun violence.
Yes. Yes.
In terms of what can I do individually for
Yes.
that, I'm not sure.
And
But,
just so you
yeah.
know, when I was driving up and I slowed down and got out the car, I know you guys were a little bit taken aback. Right? Tell me, what were you thinking? You're about Yes. But
Yeah.
thank you, guys. And what's your first name, Joe? What's your name?
I'm Kiki.
Kiki
And
and
Shavana.
Siobhan. Thank you so much for participating in the Neoliberal Round podcast. But this one is called Living in Philadelphia. But you particularly live in Mount Airy, which is part of Germantown, or just at the outskirts of Germantown.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
close
the
to
neighborhood
Germantown.
right next to Germantown.
Germantown.
It's like Germantown, Mount Airy, Chestnut Hill.
People tell me that Mount Airy is the place to live in Philadelphia.
Oh, I mean,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay,
I think so.
okay. Well, thank you so much, and
Yeah.
and I hope you, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Oh, thank
Take
you.
care, and that's my. I am good. I'm Renaldo. I live in Germantown at Magnolia. I'm a doctoral student at Georgetown, and I graduated from Penn, and I do a podcast, and I'm doing one called Living in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And where I'm going around and asking random people, what is it like to live in Philadelphia? May I ask you to participate for 2 seconds? What is it
I'm
like?
not feeling positive about Philadelphia.
Oh, what's going on?
There's just so much going on in the city, and
Yes.
it's really, I don't know. It's
How long have
hard.
you lived in Philadelphia?
Well, I'm from the suburbs of Philadelphia,
Yes.
and I've lived in Philadelphia for 13 years now.
Oh,
Yeah, and so I lived in Center City
Yes.
for 8 of those years, and then
Oh.
I've been out here since then.
and this
for
is the
last-
suburbs.
But this is technically still Philadelphia.
Yes,
We're
yes.
in West Mount Airy, baby.
Right,
So,
right.
I love living here. And,
Yes.
And my husband and I were just saying tonight, we're walking our dog, and we're walking in these beautiful neighborhoods, and we
Yes.
said, how lucky are we that we live here?
Yes.
And we feel safe.
Yes.
And that's becoming harder and harder these days.
It is.
And we were discussing ways to help other communities
Right.
that are really struggling.
Hmm.
And my husband was driving through some of those communities this morning and said,
Yes.
you know, when you drive through where you see a lot of people struggling and suffering,
Mm-hmm.
it's one thing to see it on the news, it's another thing to see it eye to eye.
Yes,
and
yes.
it brings
Hi,
a lot
how are
more,
you?
reality.
Yes.
And you want to be able to help.
That is
So
true.
now we're trying to discuss that because we feel discouraged by the city
Yes.
and the lack there of helping
Mhm.
and the lack of resources to the communities that
Wow.
really need it in
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
So we need more people to step up, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Yes, start talking about it, bringing people together, having community engagement. Communities come together to have a discussion. You know, I'm
Yeah.
from Jamaica, and we have high. Well, I'm originally from Jamaica. I'm a citizen now of the U.S. But the high crime and violence, and bringing people together, and providing resources. But it's something that we have to talk about in communities.
Yeah, and it's so hard. You know from Jamaica, you know, my grandfather was born and raised in Jamaica.
Oh wow!
He's no longer alive, but
Yes.
same thing, and he became a citizen of the United States after years and years.
Yes.
But yeah, you know, Jamaica's a special place in my
Yes,
my
yes.
genetics. But I agree. You know,
Yes.
it has to start with conversation, but we've discussed with other people, like trying to have like town hall meetings
Yes.
Specifically in neighborhoods like this, where I think there's more strength to get the word out and influence back to City Hall, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Just the way society is built.
That is true. This is good. I'm happy I stopped and talked with you, because that's been on my mind. I go to Georgetown, do my doctorate. I went to University of Penn, and I wrote a book on globalization. I get involved in the streets, in the community, to find out what's going on. There is a lack of resources. There's a lot of stress. Parenting is a big problem. The social decay. It's just a lot going on. And if people were able to just come together side by side and have meaningful engagement and discussion, but maybe it's happening from the top-down approach. Maybe it has to be people from communities have to come together and figure it out, Hi!
Totally.
And this is your husband.
This is my husband, Michael.
Well, go on, Michael. Renaldo. And I go around engaging people in communities. In Philadelphia, and they've been having Stop the Violence events. They have a lot of events. But the thing is, they're just having huge events in pockets. I don't know if it's reaching the people who it's supposed to reach, and and people are connecting, and people are affected in a meaningful way. So I think that's something that we have to work on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
As opposed to just being in the shirt, wanting you to sign something.
Yes.
Totally.
So we have two Philadelphians from West Philly, and they have West Mount Airy in Philadelphia.
Yeah, right here.
And what's your name? Your first name?
Lori
and
Michael.
And Michael, what are your thoughts about Philadelphia so far?
So far, I've been here a very long time. So,
yes.
20 years.
Change is good and bad.
Yes.
Always perpetuating.
Yes.
Hopefully positively. It seems to be peaceful around here.
Yes, it's
There's
very
bigger issues.
Yes,
Hopefully,
yes, that is true.
cooler heads prevail and
Right.
get back to a little bit of TLC for each other.
Yes, and I know some young people were saying, I wish they had more events, more activities, more stuff to get us involved.
Isn't that true?
Yes.
This community was the
That has to
leading
start on
force.
community level.
The leading force in the United States in like 1967 to 69. They would have community events all the time to really help with the struggles going on in Philadelphia that were really based around diversity.
Yes.
And race, and showing the nation that you can have a community where all different ethnicities come together and we live together and we function together and we support each other, and that's so rare.
Philadelphia is the largest or the oldest large city to be diversified because there were no slaves.
Yes.
It was a free city.
Yes. And they had the Underground
city.
Railroad, and the people would come. Wow.
But I mean, you're going way back.
Yes.
Not that BS doesn't still happen,
Right,
certainly, but I think the roots in this town run deeper in a lot of capacities. Diversity is one of them.
Thank you.
We need to find more peace.
Yes, and we're gonna find it. And hopefully by having discussions like these and people coming together, that it starts there, and then from there we can come up with meaningful solutions that really work.
I'm
Thank
happy
you.
for you, and I wish you all the
All
luck.
the best.
We're gonna
We'll
follow
see
you,
you.
Renaldo.
Yeah, please
We're
do.
gonna
Yes. Thank you.
When I get home, I will.
I appreciate you. Amazon, Apple, and you could just go to Alexa and say, Alexa, play the Near Liver around.
Okay,
And it will come up.
awesome. So nice
Take
to meet
care.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
glad I met you.
Yes, definitely. Keep in touch. And this is my... welcome back. We are still here talking about what does it feel like? What is it like living in Philadelphia? And I saw two gentlemen here at the West Mount Airy Park. And sir, what's your name, sir?
Nick.
Nick, I'm Renaldo. Welcome to the show. What is it like living in Philadelphia?
That's a difficult question to answer. I would say, living in this particular neighborhood of West Mount Airy in Philadelphia, there's an incredibly strong community.
Yes.
And I appreciate that quite a bit. Yeah.
Good. And how long have you lived in Philadelphia?
My entire life.
Oh.
Yeah.
And had it changed? And you've lived in this community of Philadelphia?
No, I grew up in Center City. I've lived all over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it like when you go from places to places in Philadelphia?
I think that it's a good question. I mean, I think I've lived out here for about 3 years now. I feel like the community out here is very like insular. Like we all sort of, everybody kind of like there are many people who live out here their entire lives kind of revolve around West Mount Airy and stay here for a good reason, because it's nice and you kind of have everything you need. I think that speaks to how Philly is like a city of neighborhoods. People kind of remain in their neighborhoods to a certain degree.
Yes, great. And you feel like Philadelphia is changing.
Sure. Yeah.
And Howie, what's the change?
I mean, I think it's like many places, it's gotten gentrified.
Okay.
I think it's the cost of living is much greater in most parts of the city than it ever has been, despite economic inequality also increasing.
Yes,
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's good. And tell me, what is your hope for the next 5 or 10 years for the city?
I would like to see the city continue to grow economically, but I would like to see that growth spread over the entire city instead of only in certain parts.
Well, and what's your name?
Nick.
And what do you do?
I work for a commercial real estate firm.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Nick. And here. I just spoke with Nick. Now, how are you?
I'm still shy. You can talk to her.
Okay, well, I'm Renaldo, host of the Neoliberal Round podcast, and I'm doing a series of shows that looks at life in Philadelphia, living in Philly, working in Philly, visiting Philly. So this one we're doing, what's it like living in Philly? And so, and what's your name? Steph. So we have Steph with us. And Steph, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, definitely. And what is it like living in Philly?
It's a tough question to answer right now because I find it to be a mixed bag.
Right
now we're in Northwest Philly, specifically in Mount Airy, and I couldn't possibly imagine a nicer place to live.
Yes.
There is really a resounding sense of community here. There's a lot of friendliness. It truly feels like a village, which is why we chose to move here to raise our daughter.
Yes, and where were you before?
No, thank you, sweetie.
And where were you before?
We were in South Philly before.
Oh, yes. And what's that change like from South to Mount Airy? Now?
We moved right before the pandemic.
Oh, yes.
So we feel really grateful because our now 4-year-old daughter, whom you just heard, since we were locked in the house for so long, having all this green space in Mount Airy, having all these playgrounds and all the resources, really felt like an incredible time to have made that move.
Yes.
So we're really grateful. I would say the one thing that I really miss about South Philly is the food.
Yes, that is true.
My husband has a food cart, and so we're really big foodies. And we used to have so many different types of cuisine, really within a few blocks of our house. And it's kind of, we have a pretty big lack of it out here. But, it's still been an amazing move. I would say the one thing, and I'm born and raised here and in Northwest Philly, and the one thing, we're at Henry School right now, and the one thing that I really struggle with is the school system.
Oh, what about it? Tell me a little bit about it. What's going on?
So we're in front of CW Henry, which is probably one of the top 10 public elementary schools in Philadelphia. But it's good for a Philadelphia school. Yes. Right? I still don't think it compares to the suburban schools in terms of, certainly the space, the richness of the curriculum, the resources, obviously. And so a lot of people like myself are trying to figure out what is the best educational option for our children. And it truly seems like with the new superintendent, no one cares. Yes. The superintendent, who I understand just took $500,000 to spend on a consultant from Tennessee.
Right, that is,
Why wouldn't you consult people who live here and people
who
people who work at the Board of Ed, people who are even at the local universities who understand the environment. And it's just maddening because we had such high hopes. And now it seems like they've all been dashed.
So, and probably that's part of the problem in terms of decision making and who we're bringing in to help resolve some of the problems. And it's an election year. Midterm elections coming up. Is that on the radar?
Oh, for sure. Education. Obviously, I'm raising a daughter, and so women's rights. gun control.
Yes.
I mean, some of the major issues that are plaguing our country are definitely under a microscope here, and I would love to think that whoever is looking to come in as our mayor, and there's a good smattering of them, it looks like right now, and you know, there are some people of color, there are women, there are people who are very familiar with the city, they've been on city council. I'm hopeful that whoever comes in can really wants it for the right reasons and is really willing to make a difference in the city that is one of the, you know, the poorest large cities in the country.
Yes.
Please, somebody come in and change that. And education is a lot of where it starts.
Oh, wow. You are right up my alley. Education. And I think I was interviewing a friend of mine. I went to University of Pennsylvania, Dr. Andre Isaac, who's a chemist, and he's from poor jungle Jamaica, but now he's an American living in Massachusetts. But he says his ticket out of poverty was education. And you're saying that education is where it starts.
I grew up in North Philly. I would have gone to school in Logan. I think it's Logan Elementary. My mother sent me to private school. And had I not had that opportunity, I don't know where I would be now.
Wow.
But I also know that not everybody... I've been in the nonprofit sector for a long time, and I understand all the issues there are with, even if, you know, you could get financial aid, how do you get, you know, the transportation there? And the fact that that Philadelphia doesn't, they have some free pre-K, but not universal free pre-K. Kindergarten is not required. So that means that until a child is 6 years old, they're not required to go to school. By 6 years old, they're already behind.
Yes.
And it's just, that is the key to breaking intergenerational poverty is educating and then choices. You know, it's lovely that we have the magnet schools. I went to Central, proud member of the class of 251.
Right.
But not only a certain faction of Philadelphians should have the access to a school like that, or should, you know, instead of taking all the resources for the Centrals and the Mastermans and the science leaderships, take you know, some of the money or do some more fundraising and spread it around, you know? Mastery is doing an amazing thing in this city, taking over some of the failing public schools and, you know, providing better education as well as trade education. Because they're recognizing that not every student is going to or wants to go to college. So let's train people for, you know, living wage jobs.
Yes, that is true. True.
And some solutions like that, they're really going to make a difference.
Wow. We are talking with a resident of Philadelphia, resident of Westmount area. She has so much to say. I'm so happy I was able to speak with you. And what is it that residents can do to help bring about the change?
I mean, that's like the greatest question ever. And unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that. I mean, Philadelphia is a particularly democratic city.
Yes.
I would love to tell everybody to go out and register to vote.
Right.
I imagine a lot of people in Philadelphia are registered to vote, and likely the city's going to go blue anyway. But, you know, maybe spending some time doing some canvassing in other counties that might be.
Right. Yes.
So we obviously know how I lean politically, but
and that's fine.
Going out to other counties and educating people and registering them to vote, where their voice, you know, really will make a difference.
That is true. And you did say something earlier as it relates to the decisions we make in terms of who we have in the right places. Bringing someone from Tennessee to deal with local high school problems here in Philadelphia might not be the best thing.
No, I mean, it's clearly not the best thing.
Right.
I mean, although the last superintendent didn't do that, and he still made some really questionable choices.
Yes.
You know, I would say, like, get involved in your community groups, because I mean, those are the ones that are really making change in your own local community. And being active and being vigilant and being, you know, apprised of what the issues are and weighing in on them. I think, you know, being a member of the community is going to make a real difference for our kids. And then hopefully they can also join their local PTA. You know, but in terms of what is there to do, you know, there are some charities that are doing some really good work. My friend over there works at the Maternity Care Coalition that's helping provide maternal care for people and their
That is good.
children ages 0 to 3 who need extra support, because having a baby, whether or not you choose to have one, it's an expensive, and it is a very it's a very overwhelming endeavor, whether you're resourced or not. So support some of the local nonprofits, keep up to date with what's going on, and stay present for your kids. You know, they learn a lot from watching us. I think if you want them to be good citizens and good humans, it starts at home.
Yes. Oh, powerful. Thank you so much. We end right there. Thank you. And the name again is?
My name is Steph Ark-Baines.
Steph, thank you. That was powerful. And here's my card.
Lovely.
And thank you for participating. And hopefully we can have some more conversations around what's life like and how people can get involved to make it better.
I would love to.
Yes. Take care. This podcast, I would like to share something that we're doing here at the Neoliberal Corporation and for the Neoliberal Round podcast. We are going to be doing a podcast called Living in Philadelphia. And it's going to be entitled In Philadelphia. And it's a series of podcasts that we'll be doing, episodes that we'll be doing. One is going to be called Living in Philadelphia. Another one is going to be Driving in Philadelphia. Another one is going to be called Doing Uber in Philadelphia. Another one is going to be called Doing Business in Philadelphia. Another one is going to be called Going to School in Philadelphia, Vacation in Philadelphia, Foods in Philadelphia. You know, we are going to be doing, and each of those topics will take up their own episode or segments. And this particular part, this series involves us engaging the community, taking to the streets and interviewing people, doing several interviews with people who are living in Philly. Then when we doing Uber in Philly, we talk to all the Uber drivers and the Uber riders. And then when we're doing business in Philly, we talk to various business owners and shop owners and so on. When we do whatever the industry you're in, or however way you are connected to the particular demographics in Philadelphia that we are doing, we will interview those persons, and then we will share it with the world and share it with people. Doing foods, people who are involved in foods and eating foods and so on and so forth. What is it like? Medical care in Philadelphia. We want to do that. So we're going to be doing at least 10 to 20 topics looking at life in Philadelphia. Living in Philly is the first one, and we have that coming up for you, actually. Living in Philadelphia. And you've lived in Philadelphia for a long time, your entire life. Yes? So, of course, I've been living in Philly for about 9 years, about 10 years, actually. 10 years I've lived in Philadelphia. So I have a perspective, but you have a perspective, and you've lived there all your life, so you can tell me how Philadelphia is changing and what it's like living in Philadelphia. Yes? What is it like living in Philly? Think about it. Hey, I'm here with one of the LaSalle students. He doesn't live in Philly, but he lives in Philly when he's in school. Yeah. And I decided I'm doing a podcast on what's it like to live in Philly or go to school in Philly. What's it like to go to school in Philly?
I'd say it's an interesting time. You know, you have to know your way around school because you have to know where your friends are at and where the people that aren't so friendly are.
Yes.
Learning that through fraternities, Greek life, and athletics too.
Yeah.
It's a good time overall, but I mean, like I said, it's a small school, so you know everyone personally. It's a fun time overall, though.
Okay, great. And you're at LaSalle University.
Yeah, LaSalle University.
Great. And what's great about LaSalle?
Honestly, the programs they have for your majors, like you're getting jobs right when you go out of school, like tuition's not that bad.
Yes.
You know, it's just a good time. Like, it's a good deal compared to spending like $200,000-$300,000 elsewhere.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And great. What do you go by? What do you call you?
My guys, they just call me Bry Guy.
Bry Guy?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for participating.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. am Renaldo Mckenzie. Welcome back to the Neoliberal Realm podcast. And I'm here at the corner of True and Washington Lane. And I'm here, a young man here. And I'm doing an episode, a podcast, looking at what it's like living in Philadelphia. And what is it, let me ask you, what is it like living in Philadelphia?
I lived in Philly since I was 6.
Yes.
I'm 24.
Yes.
I'll be 25 at the end of the year.
Shit.
It's a love-hate. It's a love-hate I got in Philly. The city beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's the people in it. I mean, you get your good people, your bad people, but the city beautiful. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. If I were to ask you, then is there anything, has the city changed over time?
Yeah, I could say that brotherly love thing a little. That title is a little.
Yeah. Oh wow. You're not feeling that as much these days.
I don't really feel the brotherly love.
Yeah.
You get your good people out here. People be surprised I'm from Philly. So.
Right. What can we do to change that, to bring back that brotherly love, that community spirit?
I don't know. We just gotta start being nicer to people, nicer to each other.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Just black people.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
Just be cooler with each other. You know what I'm saying? We all understand where we coming from.
Right.
At the end of the day, we all came off the same boat.
Yes. People are mean, right? You think so? Right.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to, everybody get along a little bit.
Yes.
We don't gotta agree on everything. We can agree to disagree though. So.
Wow. Thank you. And what's your name? What do you go by?
I go by Jared Patterson. You know what I'm saying? I do stand-up comedy. You can my stage name, She Went to Jared.
Give me some. Let me hear one of your work. No, let me hear one of the things that you have. Let me hear what you do.
Storyteller.
Okay.
Like if I tell a joke, it's gonna last a little minute.
I tell you what, I'm gonna have to get you back on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you back, and I want to hear some of your stories, and I want to do an interview with you and share your stories.
All right. I can get down with that. Yeah, I got you.
But thank you so much for participating in the podcast. And we will interview you. We'll meet up with you probably next week because we want to hear your story. We want to hear you tell a story, and then we'll interview you some more.
Sound like a plan to me.
Thank you so much. This is the Neoliberal Podcast coming to you from Germantown, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
It's weird.
Yes.
You got your good, you got your bad, honestly.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you live.
And how long have you lived in Philly?
My whole life.
Oh, wow. What's the best part of Philly? Which part is the best part? North Philly, Germantown, which one you like?
I mean, it don't really matter where you are as long as you're around good vibes, good people, good energy. You feel me? Nobody on no. That's the most important part. Like in Philly, you just gotta stay away from the. It's still good here. You feel me? It's not all good, but it still happens. But if you stay around good people and you stay out the way, you be all right. Like me.
And you're young now. What can young people do to bring about change in their city, Philadelphia?
Get money. Nah, for real. Get money is the best way. Because you get money, you be able to change things better. You be able to help people more. Right now, we are all in the same situation. We're all in the same tax bracket.
Yeah.
So economically, we are, we can't really understand how to handle our finances right now. So all we really need to do is do that, come together. Everybody can, have their own part.
Do you think there's enough opportunities for people to make money here?
There are. I mean, I've had a job my whole life. I can't say it's not. You feel me? It just depends on what you want to do out here. You want to be illegal or you want to be the other. It depends on what you want to do. But I think it's enough opportunities if you go for them. You see, there's stores all around here. Some of these stores is owned by black people. You feel me? People from the hood just like me. So I feel like there's opportunities everywhere. You just got to find out what it is you want to do.
Yes. And we are in North Philadelphia, correct? Which part of North Philly is this? 22nd and Cambria.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, man, and keep pushing, keep working hard, and listen to the podcast and connect with us. Man.
My name Wayne.
Yes, sir.
My Instagram is Wayne Jr.
Yes.
No. Actually, it's HBK_Wayne_1999.
All right.
That's my
definitely. Instagram. And get ready, follow him, guys. And do you do music or anything like that?
I got some stuff coming.
What name should we look out for when it comes out?
You should look out for Wayne and Souls Do the Most. That's gonna be my YouTube channel.
All right.
Get that popping.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with YouTube. I was recording today, so yeah. Tune in to Wayne and Souls Do the Most.
Thank you, boss man. Take care, brother. I appreciate your participation. Take care. I am here at Allegheny and Broad, and I saw two young people, and I would like to get their opinion about what's it like living in Philadelphia. You guys are from Philly?
Yes.
What's it like living in Philly? You're a young man.
All right, so it's like a lot of people in Philly.
Yes.
They usually go for the streets.
Yeah.
They go for selling drugs. They go for trying to make a way to get their money.
Yeah.
There's certain people out here that wanna be like somebody out here.
Yeah.
And it's not that's not good. Like,
in
the city of Philadelphia,
yeah,
you gotta watch who you be with,
Uh-huh.
watch who you be around, because your own friends can turn on you and shoot you.
Yes.
And another thing about Philly is a lot of these females out here, they're dirty. Y'all can never trust a female. You feel me? They're dirty.
Okay. And you're saying yes, and what do you think about it? It's true?
It's true. And listen, me personally, like, I've been living in this city for 17 years, and I never saw not one show on for my city to prove to a nigga that they're a real one. You feel me?
Yeah.
And listen, y'all just gotta, out here in Philly, watch out for the gun violence, watch out for everything, and stay strong.
That is true. That's true. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Moses. You can follow me on the gram at Moses2155. Look at my Twitch, Moses2155 Twitch.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
streaming all of that, you feel me?
I appreciate you, and thank you so much. What about you? Have to say anything you have to say about what's going on in Philly? What's life like living in Philly? Oh, wow.
You can never expect anything.
Yes. And how long have you guys been living here?
17 years.
13, 14.
My whole life, 17.
Yes.
Born here.
Oh, wow.
Here. But like I said, y'all gotta watch y'all back out here. You can't trust everybody out here.
And what are you guys doing to make the change and the difference in Philly?
I'm staying out the way, working on the roofing.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Take care of my child is on the way.
Oh, congratulations. You guys are a couple.
Yes,
you guys look so good together. Look, I gotta take a picture so I could put it up in my on the podcast. It's gonna feature you guys, okay?
All right, what's your podcast? So
it's the Neoliberal Around podcast. You have a phone? I could bring it up
it's
for you.
It's that right now.
Love it. All right, thank you guys.
It's that right now. What is it called though?
It's the Neoliberal Around podcast. If you have Apple, iPhone. Welcome back to the Neoliberal Around podcast. I'm still in Germantown, right at the corner of Shelton. And guess what? You know we've been doing What's It Like Living in Philly, and I got two young men here. You guys from Philly?
Yeah, I'm from Philly. You are born and raised. You already know.
Yeah. Now, tell me, what's it like living in Philly?
Man, living in Philly, it's fun. It have its pros and its cons. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah.
You gotta just be on point, do what you gotta do, and mind your.
Yes.
For real though. But it's from the city. I love the city. I'm from here. I'm born and raised. You know what I'm saying? And I rock with it. You know? I'm happy on this city, you feel me?
Definitely.
I'm happy. What's right there, son? I'm happy on this city, you feel me? Like, I love this city, you feel me? You got good food, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's places you can't go, places you can go, you feel me? But you at there, bro, it's mind your business, yo, you be alright, though.
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like they always support each other for real. You just gotta, like, really, like, show people you really don't you doing, you gonna support you.
Right.
You gotta show that. Once you show it, then, like, everybody gonna support you back.
Right.
That's all it is about for real, though. But the bitches, I love the females here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm from uptown, so you know how we carry. We different. We stay fresh, stay clean, you feel me? Get money, stay out the way, you feel me?
All right.
That's all, man.
Thank you so much for participating on the podcast, and we're gonna hear it. Thank you for listening to the episode. We have more on the series concerning what's like life living in your city. But, of course, we will explore other lives. Say, for example, what's like life driving in Philly? What's like life doing Uber in Philly? Doing business in Philly? Going to school in Philly? Or in your city? And, of course, we will be in another city, exploring what life like there. And please, if you'd like us to explore what's life like in your city, send us a feedback. Send us an email. Contact us. Renaldo Mckenzie at me.com or Renaldo Mckenzie at theneoliberal.com. And please share this show with your friend. Subscribe to us for free at anchor.fm/theneoliberal. And please donate to us at anchor.fm/theneoliberal/support. And visit us at theneoliberal.com. And just so you know, if you haven't gotten a copy of my book, Neoliberalism, it's available worldwide. And we are available for consultations, for speaking engagements. And if you just want to drop me a line to talk about podcasting and everything else that we're about, please do not hesitate to give me a call. 267-317-9202 is our business line. This is the Neoliberal Round podcast from the Neoliberal Corporation, serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges. Walk good.